Stay on that line. All clear. Good.
NOCO traffic, Skyline 759 to Golf Bravo. Over midfield, 6,500 midfield left cross on runway 33, NOCO.
So right now the wind's right on our tail, right?
Yes.
And so it's dive away from a tailwind.
Okay.
That's the crosswind technique. Dive away.
So full in.
Over midfield. Full on behind.
Yeah, so yeah, you set it full. And so the easy way to remember about crosswinds is if the wind is from anywhere in front,
yeah,
climb into it.
Okay.
If it's from anywhere behind you, dive away from it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Today
we're overfly the downwind leg, circle in on the 45 to the downwind 33. We don't have you in sight, NOCO.
Oh, someone called in 33 on the downwind.
They're going to be over here somewhere.
Okay.
Sounded like he was coming in at 6,500 and he was talking to another guy.
NOCO, Skyline 42304, mid left downwind, runway 33.
And so that one guy was going to circle out and come in on a 45 entry to the pattern.
Okay.
You're familiar with that? Heard that before? Okay.
Yep.
Just been doing some initial reading, right?
Yes.
So remember, this doesn't do anything.
I know, it's that's an old habit.
Yeah. There you go. Right, so this is one of the signs, right? Sign, what we are on is the Delta taxiway. That's black background with yellow.
Right.
And the Alpha 1 taxiway goes in front of us this way.
Okay.
The opposite colored sign. We are going to go that way. So, now the wind's coming around on the side of us. So the elevator, everything's pretty neutral here right now. Able to fight the wind much, right?
Right. Up into the run-up zone over here on the...
We're going to go into that zone, correct. There's the guy way over there.
Yeah.
One of them, anyway. This compass is turning to known headings as we're turning. This should not be turning.
Traffic,
okay.
Skyline 42.
This one will.
Turning final.
This one does not sense bank. Yaw. This one does not sense yaw. This one senses yaw. This one senses pitch and bank.
Skyline 9 Golf Bravo, midfield left downwind 33, full stop, NOCO.
We'll just turn out a little bit here. Leave it into the wind if you want. That's fine. We'll just stop it when the nose is straight. We'll just do a complete... We'll put that parking brake on again. We'll leave it down and now pull it hard. Leave it down and pull it hard. Should click. There you go. That way we have two brake systems that we're working with. Okay? Here we go.
All right. During exit, we should... Engine run up before takeoff.
Okay.
All right. Parking tow brake set and applied.
Okay.
Seat belts, shoulder harnesses secure.
Okay.
Seat backs and seats upright and locked. There's no drink service on this flight. Cabin doors, windows closed, locked. Check. Circuit breakers still in.
Fuel set up here too, right?
Oh, there's okay for the net.
Okay, got him.
Okay. Fuel selector still on both. Flight controls free. Correct. That's a left to right.
Your thumb always points to the aileron that's up. Probability of that being a problem is small, but if they had this plane in the shop and took it off to do some work and they turned that thing around, it'll make a difference in how it flies.
Just a little bit. Flight controls are free and correct. Check. Flight instruments check and set. 33 we're setting at about 30.5, so
that's the gyro compass.
Okay.
Probably the reason it's off and it needs to be adjusted is with the RPM below 1,000, we might want to raise it to about 1,000. You'll get the vacuum up in the green, so these two gyros will spool up properly, right?
Full vacuum, okay.
Traffic, Skyline 42304.
Fuel quantity check. We are 26 and almost 26 on the left. We're not exactly level, so...
We're going to trust those gauges anyway.
No, we did a stick and we watched it go. Yep. Got fuel. Rich and mixture, 2 full turns.
2 full turns. There's a half. 1, half, 2.
2 full turns, throttle. Brakes, we'll check brakes and we'll go to 1800. We're at 1800. Lean mixture, 2 riches, peak RPM.
Okay, we're going to lean it out. We know we're on the rich side, so it's probably going to take a couple of turns coming back until the RPM begins. It may peak a little bit still and go higher than where you have it set right now, which is fine. Probably not very high, but once you see it start to drop, there, we're going to just bring it back up to the max.
Taxi 24.
Probably within a half a turn somewhere, and then go in 2 full turns from there.
Golf Bravo clearing 3.
Half. 1, half, 2.
We've got at least 2 full turns.
2 full turns.
Very good.
Now we're going to check magnetos.
Okay.
Left is going to drop about 100. Back up. Right dropped about 100.
Okay.
Differential is less than 50. Vacuum gauge, got strong vacuum. Fuel level check. Ammeter, we're at just
about neutral.
About
right?
neutral. Oil pressure in the green, that's good. Oil temperature coming up and we're in the green.
Okay.
Tachometer is stable. Annunciator panel.
All lights are off.
All lights are off and check. Throttle closed. We'll pull back to 500 RPM.
I'll pull it all the way out. I want to see if this original idle.
Idling 650.
No co-traffic.
Total idle about 500, right?
That'll return to 1,000.
Taxiing from Alpha 2, leading edge. Alpha Bravo.
Throttle friction lock adjust. Pretty good. Vents heat. I'm comfortable. You comfortable?
Yeah, I got the heat on. We'll be able to turn it down here in a minute, I'm sure.
Radio avionics lights set.
The radios, this is the common traffic frequency, 122.7, and 135.075 is the AWAS here.
AWAS, okay.
And so we have the frequencies we need right now. Our transponder is on in altitude reporting mode.
Okay. Parking brake is coming off. Transponder is set at 1200, that is checked. Wing flaps set and checked at 0. Takeoff. Before takeoff, check exterior lights. Beacon, landing, and strobe should be on. Beacon, landing, strobe is on. Nighttime would add navs. Transponder is alt.
Okay,
We are at
altitude.
Mixture. We're going to go full rich.
And we can go full rich. That's if we are below 3,000, and we've already leaned it for our
But we'll leave
altitude.
it alone.
Should be good.
Normal. Wing flaps 10 degrees for short takeoff.
Put 10 degrees in if you like. It'll get us off the ground quicker.
That'd be good. Like to there. Mixture.
We leaned it. All
Good.
done.
Good. Engine instrument. Green rotate at 55. Climb between 70 and 80. I will retract the flaps once obstacles are cleared.
That retraction is just a very slow motion to get the last 10 degrees off. Okay?
Okay.
Right? Not just a quick flip up. All right, here we go. Going over to take off, right? I'll hold on to that for you. You might need it.
All right. We're going to take a sharp left.
All right, go ahead. Right now we're climbing into the wind, right?
Yeah.
Now it's pretty neutral beside us. And now we're diving away from it as it comes around on the tail and pretty neutral now, right?
Right.
Pretty neutral, it's right on the tail. It's right on the side, so.
We'll stop at run up. Or
Usually, let's stop right here. Let's borrow the plane from me for just a second. Usually, I will come up to this line, the hold line.
Right, hold.
To the side and turn a little bit like this.
So you can see traffic.
I want to see all the cowboys that are coming in on right traffic out here.
Okay.
Instead of left traffic.
Okay.
Right? So I can clearly see
the
downwind,
renegades.
base, and final, right?
Gotcha.
All right. This gives me just a little more visibility in case there's somebody out there that isn't calling in.
Okay.
All right? I'm going to give it back to you.
All right. My plane?
All right. You ready to go? So the call is going to be NOCO traffic.
No traffic.
325 Sierra Papa is taking off on runway 33. NOCO traffic.
NOCO traffic. We're doing a
we're going to leave the
pattern. Or we're going
to be departing kind of
departing the pattern. Okay.
NOCO traffic, Cessna 325 Sierra Papa is taking off on runway 33. We'll be northbound. Okay, here we go.
All right.
All clear and good.
Now,
taxi out on the yellow line. And all we're going to do is just lighten the nose wheel when we get to 55.
Okay.
And we're going to set the horizon out there that we see about at the glare shield.
Okay.
So if the thing pops up and goes, oh, geez, I don't see the horizon out there anymore, then we're going to push it forward a little bit.
And my controls, and you're going to ghost?
I'll ghost.
Okay.
We're going to throw you to the wolves, all right?
All right. And
but you'd rather not.
Full throttle?
I'm going to be here with you. Yep, full throttle, toes down off the brakes, rudder pedals only.
NOCO traffic.
Full. Here we go. The rudder's going to become more effective as we go. So very small changes will make big changes. Okay, so it takes a little right rudder. There it is, perfect. All right, we'll learn to get on the center line. There's 55, raise the nose gently. We're off already. Just leave the horizon, the glare shield about where you can see the horizon or over the tip of the nose. If it wants to keep climbing, hold it down a little.
Okay.
And you can reach for the trim if you have to and give it a little nose down to help you take the pressure off your fingertips, right? Yeah. We're just going to kind of let you see the edge of the runway out of the corner of your eye.
Yep.
And parallel it.
Okay.
And we're parallel?
Yep.
So then start looking out ahead of you at a couple of objects out there ahead of you that says,
yep.
Hey, I'm just going to fly along that route. That'll keep me in line with the runway.
Okay.
We could reach over at the flaps, start sliding them up, and the nose is going to come down as you slide them up. So we may end up having to hold it up. I'd have to hold it up a little. And you may have to trim it up a little now, right?
Yeah.
Give it a little nose up trim. Take that pressure off your fingertips. All right, perfect. That was great. All right, that was good. All right, so we're about 900 feet above the surface now.
Yep.
So we're going to kind of look out over that way.
Okay.
We'll lift this wing, make sure nobody's coming at us,
yep.
Right? Let's just go off that way. To the northeast a ways. So it takes some right rudder to make a right turn in this plane. Ball centered. Did you guys play with the ball out there?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit? Okay.
NOCO traffic, 0.
I think there's supposed to be poorer weather coming even tomorrow, isn't it?
Yeah, tomorrow's not supposed to be good at all.
33.
Oh, it was a little ugly last night. I think.
Yeah, it was.
Like it tried to snow a little bit or something.
Oh, it snowed up here quite a bit.
Oh, really?
We had
Wow.
a blizzard.
Wow. I didn't get back to my apartment until about midnight or so, maybe somewhere around in there, and the fog was so heavy you could only see about a half a block.
Yeah.
But we didn't get any snow. I think the snow we got was a little earlier. Well, it looks like it's melting off anyway.
Yeah, it does.
So we're in our climb, right? Let's go to the next there.
showing 6,600 feet at 500 feet vertical.
Yep. See what 7,000 looks like, all right?
All right.
Traffic, Arrow 1 Mike 0 on the 45 for left downwind 3.
Lake Timnath?
I'm not sure which lake that is. I have to look it up. I'm not that good with the lakes up on the north end here. You know, they have is that the one they have a lot of boating that goes on? Yeah, it's is it a private boating lake or something?
It's a club, yeah.
A club? Okay. Could be. I think I've been to that lake one time with a guy kind of camping somewhere along there or whatever.
Yep. So we're at 7,000.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to push the nose forward.
Okay.
And the horizon should be about a fist width above the glare shield.
Okay.
That will be level. And yeah, you can feel you're pushing on it, right?
Yep.
So, going to trim that out, and we're going to actually set the throttle to maybe about 2,300, which is where it's going to end up, right?
Yep.
Okay. So then it's just a matter of saying, all right, that's about what a cruise looks like. A climb, we were climbing with the glare shield about on the horizon.
Yeah.
Right, so that's a climb at full power. Whereas here in a cruise, we could back off on the power a little, and we set the horizon there. We're going to verify that the altimeter remains stable.
Traffic 1 Mike 0 is turning left.
All right.
For 3, touching zone, no contact.
So a few turns out here.
All right.
So we're going to start off. We want to go left or right?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, so let's pick up the wing. We'll go right. We're going to look out to the right. Make sure nobody's out here.
Yep.
Is around, so we're always scanning for traffic here.
Right.
Okay, and then we'll bank it over. We're going to try to fly with one hand.
Okay.
Yeah. We're going to establish a turn, maybe 20 degrees there, right? 10, 20,
right.
Something like that. Ball centered. Doesn't take too much right rudder. Just going to roll around so we can see there's a 20-degree line on the horizon.
Right.
Horizon's meeting the glare shield somewhere over here, right?
Right.
As long as we're in that angular turn and the horizon is still touching the glare shield in the same place,
Yeah.
then we're not climbing.
Okay.
You can almost put your finger on it and hold the horizon wherever it is. This shouldn't be changing, right?
No, and yeah.
Never going to chase this guy around.
Don't chase that. Okay.
Because it's going to jump all over the place.
All right.
So we just maintain that bank. A picture. If you let go of it, does it want to climb or descend? Oh, it wants to go down, doesn't it?
A little bit, yeah.
We might just give it a tiny bit up. Turn in here, we'll go all the way around.
Sure is awesome up here, isn't it?
It really is. It's really great. This is a fabulous area to fly in. Mountains to look at.
Yep.
All right, very good. So if we wanted to roll out on a heading of about 330, we're at 20 degrees. We'd start rolling out 10 degrees before 330 comes up, right? We'll hold in 20.
20.
There's 10, so start rolling back.
Silco traffic, Skyhawk 738 Bravo Juliet, 5 miles.
Wings level. All we got to do is get the wings level outside here. If they're level, right? Outside.
There we go.
Go the other way.
All right, clear left.
20-degree bank.
Turning crosswind for 3.
We're going to fly with one hand. We're not going to pull on. We're going to try to use minimal grip here.
Gotcha. Nice and loose.
Nice and loose.
The way I teach guys to drive race cars is like
There you go. There you go.
fingertips.
These are stock type race cars or Formula One?
They're based on stock cars, mostly like Miatas and BMW 3 Series.
Oh, cool. Okay, 30-degree bank, 20 degrees. There you go. You got it.
So I use left rudder to initiate the left turn, but do I keep left rudder in or do I let it
Well,
out?
usually, what you're going to discover in your reading is that there's the spiraling slipstream coming off the prop, right?
Right,
And that slipstream goes under the belly and comes up onto the left side of the tail.
right.
So left turns require almost no rudder to keep that ball in the middle.
Okay,
Right turns will require it.
okay.
Because the plane would rather go left
I
with
see.
that spiraling slipstream. Right? Let's roll out on a heading of north.
And which way heading?
North.
North, okay.
Skyhawk 738, Bravo Juliet. We are 2.5 miles to the southwest, inbound
Okay.
for 45.
We got to start 10 degrees early to roll out. So anytime you're rolling right or turning right, that's a right turn. And
This guy's off now.
well, let's see what's going on. Let it settle. Let's readjust that guy.
Okay.
Traffic, 1.
So if we have wings level first, let's see where it is here. So this guy suffers from some errors.
Magnetic errors.
Well, they're magnetic dip errors and things, so as you put it into a turn, it will lead and lag, and we'll get
Okay.
into that. So
Thankfully here we're on grids, so we can pick up roads.
pretty close, that's right.
All right.
Go back down to. Let's turn to some headings, all right?
All right.
So I want to turn to east.
All right.
All right, looking out there.
All right. Looks clear.
We're going to bank it over. Takes a little touch of right rudder. See the ball?
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to play with that ball here pretty soon. We got about a 20-degree bank turn going, right?
Yep.
So when we come around to within 10 degrees of east, which is half the bank angle, we're going to just start rolling back to the left. One hand. Just trying to keep our hand open so we're not climbing here. There's 10 degrees, so we'd start the rollout now.
Maybe a little bit early.
A little bit early. And if we had to adjust that a little, you can see that it takes a while for the ailerons to kick in and get them out, right?
Right.
So if, for instance, I said, oh, I'd really rather have you fly at 100-degree heading, instead of putting the ailerons in, just lean a little bit on that right rudder.
I like that.
Yeah, just lean on it. There you go. It's going to come over, right?
Yep.
So let's play with that rudder a little bit, then we'll go back to turn. So
Okay.
the rudder is very effective, especially in cruise, and once you get some speed going on takeoff. But when
Okay.
you're going really slow, the rudder
There's
is
no authority.
not much authority.
Okay.
So if you were to push that rudder down, let's push the right rudder down, for instance. You're going to see the ball's going to be out of the cage. I'm going
Yep.
to be leaning on you, but
Right.
you just jam it all the way down. Just get an idea of how much action there is in the rudder. You can still hold the wings pretty level. Just push the rudder all the way to the floor. Right, so the plane's flying sideways like this.
Oh yeah, we're slipping.
Yeah. Well, we're skidding, actually.
Okay.
We're skidding. So we're trying to skid the tail around in front. Let's go the other way. Jam the left rudder all the way to the floor. You can see it's trying to control the wings too, but we can hold the wings level while you put with the rudder down, right?
Right.
But you can feel you're leaning on me.
Yeah.
Now we're skidding the tail around this side.
Oh, that's cool.
So you can see there's a lot of authority in that.
There is.
You know, so you can make a lot of things happen with
Yeah,
that.
it is not too dramatic. It doesn't upset the airplane too bad. Like,
No, but you can tell immediately the people in the backseat will be ill because the tail's wagging like this, right? But we're sitting right on the center of gravity of the plane.
Right.
And so, you know, we don't notice this yawing going on like they would behind us. So that's one of the keys is typically you always want to keep the ball in the middle.
Okay.
There's not any real kinds of flying that would utilize a skid.
Okay.
There's a slip, but not a skid. So, you know, one of the things we always are kind of glancing at is where's the ball, and of course, if that little fin on the tail is adjusted properly, then you can take your hands and feet off of it. It should fly with the ball centered.
Gotcha.
Should fly straight. Otherwise, we'll make a slight adjustment.
Are we getting over towards Greeley now?
Yeah, this is Greeley.
So there are airports out here somewhere.
It's right over there.
Okay.
You see that golf ball sitting on the ground over there?
No.
The big,
yeah. Yep. I see
big
it.
radome.
Yep.
The airport is to the east of that and to the south of it both.
Oh, I see it. Yeah.
Let's make a right turn. Bank over right. Takes right rudder. A touch of right rudder is all. There you go. Make a right turn. We're going to go back toward the west. Or west, all right? Greeley's on 122.8. Officially. Kind of glance at the ball. Yeah, I got enough rudder in, right? In the turn. I'm turning at about what bank angle?
25, 30.
About 30, okay. So we'll just hold that bank steady at 30 if you want. So about 15 degrees before we get to a west heading. That's when we're going to start rolling out. Just a gentle rollout. We're going to take that right rudder off. Gently roll back. Let's do another right turn. We'll do a series of rights and lefts as we work back, all right?
Okay.
Let's turn right. We'll go to a 3-3 heading. 330.
I didn't go 3-3. I went due north.
All right, that's okay. You caught it. All right.
Guys keep going different. I'm not sure which one I should fly. This one or that one?
No, don't fly this one. This one has errors, like I say, associated with it. So
we'll stick with this guy.
There's a little acronym you can use for flying this one. It's OSUN, overshoot south, undershoot north, because the magnet is trying to turn to that heading.
Oh, I see.
Same with, you know, all the magnetic type compasses. So if I were to just take the plane for a minute, and I started a turn, now watch this compass. Where it is?
Yeah.
It's already 45 degrees. We're going that way.
Yeah.
See the error?
Yeah.
Watch this compass, what it's going to do when I come around toward north here.
Flip over real fast.
Almost. You see that? Yeah. Here we go. Watch this. Look at the speed at which this guy's moving. Are we going east?
No, we're going west.
Totally screwed up, right? Yeah. This compass is just totally in error.
Yeah.
Right? So we could roll out on south. Compass is going to finally catch up.
Okay.
So you can use this when it's not under acceleration, meaning
okay.
No climbing, descending under a change.
Normal flat.
Yeah, normal cruise. Then you can say, we're on about, you know, close to 145 or 180. Let's reset that one. This one.
Could I have a radio check, please?
Question. All right, let's turn right again. We're going to go right to a heading of west.
Okay.
We'll do a series of lefts and rights out here.
You're loud and clear, right?
About
Thank you.
30 degrees to bank, all right. About 15 degrees before the desired heading, we start rolling back. You can see the rut. Look at the ball. You got to take that right rudder off, right? There you go. If we're turning left, if the ball's off to the left side, it takes left rudder.
Okay.
Off to the right side, you got to use right rudder.
Right rudder, okay.
So it would be the correct sensing.
Yep.
All right, let's go left this time. Let's go left to a heading of south. Okay, we got the bank established. We got the ball is centered. We're looking around for traffic. Good. We're going to anticipate the rollout how many degrees early?
15.
Okay, so again, so we'd start rolling out now. There you go, rolling out, right on the money. They want to climb a little bit? Yeah. We'll try to stay at about 7,500. Pretty reasonable.
My buddy Travis, he's a commercial pilot. He gave me a good acronym or a way to run the wheel, because when I first started, I was going the wrong way.
It is backwards.
It is backwards, but he's like, think of like God pushing the hand on the tail of the plane. If you pull it down,
he's pushing on the tail.
Pushing on the tail.
Most people like to think of it as pushing on the nose, but it is the tail. That's right. That, you know, I've always wondered about that myself, right?
We're about 2 miles to the airport.
Nose down is picking up the tail of the plane, right?
Yep.
All right.
Keep an eye out. We're 6,500 feet.
All right, let's go left to the right again. Let's go right to a heading of west. We'll do another one of those. And work our way out of the Greeley area. You got about a 30-degree bank going, is that right?
Yep.
We're going to start our rollout about 15 degrees early.
A little premature.
You don't have to roll out too aggressively, right? It's just a very gentle rollout.
Okay. We got traffic out there.
All right, good eye. Yeah, he's way down there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. A couple of the other planes have ADS-B in them. This one doesn't.
I've got one in my bag if we want to throw it up, but
we're looking out. We're watching carefully enough out here. Looks like this guy's maneuvering over here himself down below us, right?
Yep.
Let's go left then. Go left to a south again. Stay away from that. Actually, it looks like he's headed in toward Greeley.
And 50 Echo Lima is over bus for 35 at Greeley. Village County traffic 758 is departing runway 35 to stop.
Overshot that one a little bit.
I did, and I guess I need to fly this. I'm flying the roads.
Yeah.
And I didn't fly the instrument.
All right, yeah, flying the roads. Yeah, that's right. We got a reasonable north-south setup here, don't we?
Right.
All right, let's go right again. We'll stay away from that guy. All right, those are getting better. Right rudder to make a right turn. The way to think about the rudder and the ailerons is that if this is moving, your feet ought to be moving.
Okay.
But it's very little movement to the left side.
Yeah.
There's generally a little bit more rudder to the right. We'll get to a place where we're going to use more right rudder.
Okay.
Right now it's just barely touching it, right?
Right. Yeah, I'm not on it very hard at all.
No.
3 miles.
Exactly.
35 left. We're going to shoot the missed approach here at 35.
Okay. So, did you guys do any configuration changes yesterday? Or last flight. I mean.
Last flight, as in adding flaps, and we did slow flight, but we didn't add flaps in.
Okay. And how did she get you into slow flight?
We just pulled throttle and pitched the nose up.
Okay. And how slow did you go?
I believe we got down around 60.
Okay, all right. So the way the FAA is doing slow flight these days, it used to be that they wanted you to fly around at what they called minimum controllable airspeed.
Right.
So you'd be flying around with the stall horn blaring in your ear.
Right.
Now they've decided that's not a good idea. So they'll let you take it up toward to the stall horn and then move away about 5 knots.
Okay.
Fly at that speed. And that speed will change depending on whether you have flaps on or not.
Right.
So we could do that without flaps to start with. So if we just say backed off on the throttle to about 1500 maybe, 1500 RPM, we're just going to exchange airspeed for altitude out
Right.
here. Okay, so we'll just pull it out to 1500, hold it up. We're going to have to hold it up because we're going to start dropping here. I want to stay at 7500, so we're going to trade this off. So just keep holding it up, yeah, trim it up, trim that pressure off your fingers. Keep holding it up, see we're losing altitude. We're going to end up like this. We're going to
Okay.
just keep holding it up. So hold it up a little higher. There's the horn, do you hear it?
Yeah, it's starting to beep.
Okay, so let's stay about there. Let's stay about 65 indicated.
Okay.
But now you're going to need power to stop this.
Yeah.
So add some power, bring it up to about 2000 again.
Pitch for airspeed, power for altitude.
Pitch for airspeed in slow flight.
Slow flight, okay.
These two change what they do in slow flight. So yeah, bring it up to 2000. We're still dropping, you see that?
Yep.
Bring it up to 2000 RPM. There you go. All right, now let's just see what happens. So in cruise, when we're out cruising and you want to change altitude,
yeah.
right? This,
right.
You want to go faster or slower, it's this.
Right.
But in slow flight, we're on the back side of the power curve.
Okay, that's what that means. Okay.
We're on the back side. These two change about 95%.
Okay.
So this is now controlling the altitude.
Gotcha.
And this is controlling the airspeed.
40100 is about 8 miles to the...
Okay, so if you take your hands off, what's it going to do?
The nose is going to drop.
All right, let's trim it so you're not fighting with the airplane. All you got to do is hold it with one finger or two fingers to trim the pressure off your fingertips.
Traffic Greeley 159 out of Pepper and Eben is here working approximately 10.
We're basically flying like this.
Yeah, we've got the plane angled into the wind, right? So the relative wind, which is opposite to the direction we're going, is kind of right at us, level.
Right.
But we have the nose pitched up at an angle of attack.
Okay.
In order to create not only Bernoulli lift over the wings, but impact lift under the wings.
Okay.
It's like putting your hand out the window of the car, right?
Right.
In order to maintain altitude.
We're just to the east of the big lake there. Yeah, we've got you on the fish finder. We're looking and we're steering around to the west there. Got you started.
So, and the other thing you can notice now that we're in slow flight, we have a reasonable amount of power on.
Right.
We're not moving forward very fast, so the amount of air flowing over the rudder to keep us aligned.
Traffic.
Okay, good eye, got him. Is got us in the need of some right rudder. See that? Look where the ball is.
Yeah.
So you almost have to hold right rudder to keep the ball in there. I'll go behind us here. Alright, so you got to hold that right rudder. Just to keep the ball in the center. There it is. And you can see that's improved our climb a little bit, right? The plane isn't flying sideways like this.
Right.
So this is one of those exercises where if you're got power on and got the nose up, not much speed, the aircraft is going to try to skew to one side.
Got it. So we got
to maintain right rudder. Let's see, where is that guy?
Greeley traffic.
You look under the wing, yeah, we are okay. Let's go to the right. Let's do a slow flight turn to the right. So typically in slow flight, turns are made at standard rate.
Yeah.
With the ball centered. And you'll notice that there is some small degree of bank, right?
Right.
Turns out that the bank angle is about 15% of the airspeed.
Okay.
So if we're doing about 80 knots, it's going to be about 12 degrees, right?
Right.
We'll roll out on north out here again.
I don't know. Is there? Can we?
The road's north.
Can we go straight for about a mile? My house is right down there. I'm sure my wife's out looking for me.
Hey, you should send her a note. Send her a note. You're going to overfly.
Your plane?
I'll take it. Back off just a little and come down in altitude. All right, you got it?
My plane.
You're on. So set yourself up where she can see you, right?
Right. It's interesting seeing things from above where your house really is.
Uh-huh.
There to there to there, okay.
You got it, huh? Set it up where you can maybe make a circle around it, huh?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Are you headed right towards it, or are we over it? It's coming up?
Yeah, can you see the two brown buildings down below?
I do.
Well, probably if we pivot around that way, we'll go over the top of the house.
I got you. Okay, so what we're going to do is we'll keep an eye open for traffic out here.
Because we're kind of on a final.
Yeah, I'm watching. Eye open for it.
Those structures that they're building are senior living centers, 4 stories tall, right at the edge of our neighborhood.
I see. To block your view?
Luckily, no, but as we leave the neighborhood, they're pretty big.
I bet, 4 stories, wow.
Yeah.
All right, good. So we're holding altitude.
Yeah.
We're coming down to 7,500, so if we added a little bit of power, like another 100 RPM maybe, might be able to stop this descent, right?
Yeah.
So the nose is pitching up a little. Holding slow flight, we're pretty close to that 65 where we had it before, right?
Yep.
If we have to change the airspeed a little, we raise the nose slightly. So you're over this little...
traffic,
Yeah, just, I don't know if you can see where County Road 5 comes all the way through.
Okay, that's that main road that's going to the east
So
side
you see,
of the big
you see the
complex.
brown buildings.
Yep.
And then there's the train tracks, and you can probably see a car, a black car about to turn left.
I see that.
And we would be 1, 2, 3 houses on the left.
1, 2, 3 with a brown front door. He's
Yep.
just passing you right now.
Yep, exactly.
All right, cool.
That's us.
All right. You probably get to hear a little of the traffic coming in, right?
We do, yeah.
Trick is going to be when you go over it is she's out watching for you, right?
Right. So, should I start my bank over?
A gentle turn, you know, we don't want anything too steep. Don't want to fly right across it yet, right?
Yeah, 135 here's 5 pounds.
Well, let's see. Just keep gently turning. Did she say she was going to be out front or out back, or?
She didn't reply yet, I don't think.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Oh, traffic below us.
Yeah, he's landing. We're good. No sense in pulling up on it. He's way down. Your house with a car in the drive still,
Yes.
but I don't see anybody out front. Or out back. Not yet, not today, I
Not
guess.
yet, huh?
No. No reply. Probably went back to bed. That's where we all ought to be, right?
Well, we tried.
Code traffic, 550 Pop 0, turn
Okay, so
3310.
this is kind of the nature of slow flight. Let's try and get it. We're going to turn to a heading of, say, 60 degrees, so we'll get a little bit farther away from the airport. The reason that you turn in slow flight at standard rate is that the wings are not banked over significantly,
Okay.
and thus there's very little amount of pullback on the elevator to maintain altitude. But if you bank it over steeply, then
You'll start
the
losing.
vertical component of lift goes away under the wings, and now the plane will want to spiral downhill.
Right, okay.
So if we wanted to stay about where we are, you can see we're coming down. So let's reset the plane to about 65. So we're going to pull it up.
Okay.
About where we were, right? It's going to take right rudder to stay straight.
Oh, that's right.
There you go. So hold it up to 65. And then trim that pressure off your fingertips. Hold it here first and fine tune it after. There you go. Now we have the speed we're looking for, right?
Right.
And we just need to look over and say, well, what is our power setting doing relative to altitude?
Altitude, right. We're dropping a little bit.
So we might want to add another 100 RPM. Holding that right rudder to keep everything in place. We almost can fly hands off, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you can see even in slow flight right here, the nose is just slightly above the horizon.
Yep.
There you go. All right. So we're climbing back up. We're going to try to hold that right rudder. You see how easily it wants to turn left?
It does.
So this is a good exercise in holding that right rudder.
Yep. There it goes again.
Yeah, you know, once aircraft like a 182 and bigger, they have rudder trim right here.
Right.
You can dial it right and left, right? So you don't have to keep holding your foot on it. Smaller Cessnas, you can't get rudder trim.
Pop Sierra's on the upwind.
All right, this is very, very nice. Hold holding altitude. So now we're at altitude, right?
Yep.
So we might take 50 of that RPM away.
6,000. Entering the downwind 33, no go.
Put in about 100 to get back up, right?
Yep.
We're going to hold the nose up right to 65 was our goal. Trim it to stay there so we can take our hands off of it.
Here's
The winds out here aren't helping us a whole lot
we're
today either.
pitching and bobbing a little bit.
Mother Nature's helping us here, or hurting us, depending. Now, it looks very nice. But we could put in some flaps, right?
Yeah.
If we put in 10 degrees of flaps, the nose is going to pitch. We're going to have to hold it down now to maintain 65, right? Airspeed's here, not with the yoke yet.
Right.
We're going to use the nose to go back to 65.
I'm Mommy in a few minutes after the turn into Collins for the approach.
Yeah, now you can trim that pressure off the heel of your hand, right?
Yep.
Stay there, and you notice that we should have a little bit better over the nose visibility, so it's still down a little to get the speed down, up, right?
Yeah, so hold on, more visible with 10 degrees of flaps.
Yeah, see, we dropped the nose considerably. Okay, so we're still in slow flight. So 10 degrees of flaps really didn't add much drag. We haven't had to change our power setting.
No.
Let's go to 20. Out there, and it's pitching again, so nose down. Down to 65, so push the nose down.
Left downwind 33.
We got a great view, you see that?
That's great view, yeah, for sure.
So we're changing the camber of the wing.
Okay.
And trim that pressure off your hand. We'll set the speed here first with the yoke. There you go. Then feel, am I pushing or pulling, and fix
Pulling
that.
a little bit now.
Okay, so then
But it probably wants to be set pretty good
close.
right there.
Okay, so by adding 20 degrees of flaps, let's see. Let go of it, will it stay there? Yeah, nice. We're going down though, right? So what do we have to add to get the altitude back?
Some rudder, some rear trim.
No, remember,
Some pull.
well, pull is, well, look at what pull is doing for you.
Take my airspeed away.
Yeah, remember,
No,
this is
power.
slow flight, it's power.
Power.
Power controls altitude in slow flight, so maybe bring up 100 RPM or so. Since these don't change perfectly,
Right.
you know, to stay at 65, we may have to readjust our trim set a little bit.
530 Papa Sierra.
So all we're doing now is checking to see, are we climbing or descending?
Right.
West of the field. We'll be going to the south, setting back to our nav. Traffic, Charlie 9 Golf Bravo base, final.
Let's turn maybe to roads north out here again. Stay away from Greeley a little bit.
10 miles for 33 on the RNAV.
So to get back to 7,500 feet, we're going to have to put in a little bit more power, right? So let's bring it up another 100 RPM. Let's see if we can get this to climb. With no pulling on it. Pull on it, we're losing airspeed.
Yep.
It's got to be nose down a little. Okay, now it's going to turn over, right? A little.
Yeah.
So we'll set it at 65 with the yoke. Trim it to stay there. We might have to add a little more power yet, right?
I was thinking that too, yeah.
Let's go clear up to 2,000 or so. Very close to it, we're just maintaining, right?
Yep.
So that power is going to cause the nose to pitch up.
Bravo clearing 33 at
Right?
2.
Got to lower the nose. For it to stay there. If you let go, will it stay there? Pretty close. Out here, we might have to even go higher. 2100 maybe. Get there in a second, I'm sure. Can't be downdraft everywhere, right?
It might be.
We'll slow down. Right, we're 3 miles now for 33.
We're right at the balancing point, aren't we?
Yeah.
Just barely going up, but not much. Let's go to 2100 on the RPM, a little higher. If we go back, yeah, now it's climbing, right? Not very fast, is it?
No, definitely not very fast.
Now let's go to 2200 RPM. Up and more. Yeah, now we're going to get it, right?
Yep. Just took more power.
Yeah, so power controls altitude in slow flight. This controls the airspeed. They're not totally reversed, so by the fact that you're adding power, it's almost like it's saying, oh, you want me to climb. And so you can see we've gone from 65, so let's go back to 65. Trim it to stay there. We're watching to see, are we climbing? So we may have to take a little bit of that power away. There you go. Go back about 50 RPM. All right, good. Let's try it with full flaps.
Okay.
Break even in this plane is about 20 degrees.
Okay.
Meaning lift to drag ratio.
Okay.
So you're still generating more lift than drag at 10. Break even at 20. By the time you add 30, now we're going to add more drag. You can feel it.
Yep. Yeah, we're super draggy now.
Yeah, this is max drag, right?
Yeah.
So at this power setting is what we had to maintain altitude and airspeed, right?
Right.
I want you to see that.
It's hard to overcome it.
You can see what's happening here. We got 65 knots, holding pretty steady.
We'll take it in nice.
But that drag is probably going to cost you some altitude. We're slowly coming down. Do you see it?
Yep.
So in order to maintain the altitude with all this drag hanging out, you almost you would have to add a little bit more power. Exactly. Whereas earlier we didn't have to add as much, if any. All right, cool. Did you guys do any gliding the other day?
We did not glide.
Okay. So typically, let's go back to we'll go back to a normal configuration. Let's turn left under this condition of flaps full down. We'll do it at 65 at standard rate. So once you see where the standard rate is with the little wing, look up here and fly it at that angle.
Okay.
So this thing bounces around way too much, right?
Right.
That's the nature of those turn coordinators. So it's probably about 10 degrees or so.
Yeah.
Very shallow. So we would go all the way around in 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
On this, if you had the wing on that little mark. Okay.
Oh, there it is. 2 minutes. I didn't know what that meant.
2 minute turn. So it's a very shallow turn. You see, you're not having to pull back or do anything like that to make the turn, right?
No.
Okay, so this is a good heading right here. We'll just head this way. And let's clean the plane back up. We're going to go. So
flaps coming
first, let's do this. Let's go back up to about 2,300 RPM. So our goal is just to maintain altitude, right? And get the airspeed up. So you could even go to full power if you wanted.
That is full power. That's all she's got.
Yeah, that's all she's got. Now we can go to 20 degrees of flaps. There's 10, so 20 is about right there.
Okay.
The nose is dropping, you notice that?
Yep.
Airspeed's coming up, we're getting rid of that drag.
Yep.
So our goal is just to kind of maintain altitude, let the airspeed come up.
Okay.
All right, now we can go to 10. The nose is dropping, you can see it, right?
Yep.
If the nose is dropping, that means this is dropping. So you gotta maybe trim it a little bit up now, right? And then the last 10 degrees is gonna be taken away slowly. Feel the nose drop?
Oh, yeah.
Last 10 degrees is a huge pitch change in the
Now
airplane.
I see why we take it out slowly.
Yeah, yeah. So you can see we're already going down 500 feet a minute.
Yeah, well, let's pull that back up.
So the last 10 degrees, we're going to experience this relative to doing some maneuvers close to the ground, like if we did power on or power off stalls close to the ground, with flaps on, you may not just want to go and slap them up because the plane's going to roll over. And if you're close to the ground, you might hit it.
That rolled over a lot quicker than I thought it would.
The last 10 degrees is a very significant change to the wing. So we just manage it slowly in little steps. Okay, so we're at about 2,300 now, right?
Yep.
Flying at 8,500.
Got it all trimmed out.
Trimmed out, we're good.
Okay, so you can take your hands off of it, it'll fly all by itself, right?
It's flying all by itself.
Turns out that the best glide speed in this plane is about 65.
Okay.
That's the max lift to drag ratio.
Okay.
Okay. So if, for instance, if we lost the engine, I'm going to borrow the plane from you for a second.
Your controls.
All I'm going to do is say, bad luck, we lost the engine.
Right.
We already checked that it's going to run, right?
Yep.
But in order to preserve altitude so I could find a field to land in, I want to come down at the maximum distance I could glide. So I'm just going to instantly hold this plane up to 65. And I'm going to trim it about one turn.
We got to maximize our forward distance.
Or the ability to get to the side, right? So I'm just going to trim it to take that pressure off my hand. There it is. You can see I've trimmed it way up.
Yep.
We should be coming down at about the minimum descent profile now.
Best that we can do.
This is about what this plane will do. You see we're down about 400 feet a minute.
400 meters, yeah.
Okay, and so plane isn't going to just roll over, right? It's just going to glide.
35.
So we look around and we say, oh, let's see, I wonder if they got any fields out here we could land in, right?
Well, we have 8 minutes.
8 minutes of glide? Well, yeah, in theory. So the way I usually look at this, we could get the book out and go figure out, well, here's the glide table, right?
Right.
Nobody's going to do that.
Oh.
I would just bank it over 10 degrees. I'm going to bank 10 degrees to the right and look out under the wing at my eye level. Under the wing. You see where it is out there? It's over by that road, right?
Yep.
That's about as far as this airplane's going to go.
Okay.
I could arc that in front of me out here and say, well, I don't like what's over there, right?
That's about it, okay.
And let's bank 10 degrees this way.
So that's your furthest, Highway 34.
Over by 34. So we've got to find something between here and there, right?
Yep.
Traffic, Sky 530, pop here.
We got power lines below us.
Okay, so we're not going to fiddle around with those, right?
Oh.
So we might be looking around at some farmer's field down here. There's one down here that's pretty long.
Yep.
Well, hard for you to see, but if I turn this way a little bit, you're going to see
that dirt road on 45.
I see that
oil
one.
fields.
Yeah, there's a bigger field right next to you, though. You're going to get here in a second.
Oh yeah, I like that best.
So we have to know how high above the ground we are. Well, the airport over here is at 5,000 feet, right?
Right.
So we're about 1,500 feet above the ground right now.
Yep.
And our best glide, we try to evaluate what's going on. Keys on, masters on, lights are where we want them. Throttle, we go full power, full mix.
Yep.
Switch tanks if we had to.
Gotcha.
So we've aviated, we've navigated to the field, right? The field's like right there, isn't it?
Yep.
We're right at the end of it right now, right?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to go out a little ways here and see if we can get into that field if we had to. So we're going to put it at 65. Aviate, navigate, evaluate. Mayday, mayday, right? We're landing in a field. So there's the field behind you now, right?
Yep.
We might say, all right, we'll put in 10 degrees of flaps here.
Okay.
We'll go over this direction. We're going to turn base, right?
Base.
Base turn, right?
Yep.
Doesn't look like anybody's on that road. You can almost land on the road, right?
Land on the road.
The downside about landing on roads is that there may be signs and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, we're on base, 20 degrees of flaps. We could slip the airplane a little bit if we had to come down, so it's opposite.
Opposite, that's how you slip. Drop like a rock.
We're going to go down in that, we're going to go toward that field, right? This is a demo here, right? Not make this field today, right? Put in full flaps. Might be able to get into it, right? Or hop over it.
Yep.
We'll practice some of that. Okay, let's go to full power here. I'm in the hat. I want you to feel how much pressure is on from that trim. You hold it down.
Yeah, I got it. My God.
Yep. Full power though. Full power.